Hello everyone, myself Mrs. Gauri Karve and I am teaching biology subject in Satish Pradhan Jnanasadhana College for more than 20 years. In this video, we are going to learn about rib cage. This topic comes in 11th standard biology textbook in 16 chapter skeleton and movements. The rib cage surrounds the lungs and the heart, serving as an important means of bony protection for these vital organs. In the given picture, you can see front view, side view or lateral view and dorsal view or backside view of the rib cage. Let's understand the structure of thoracic cage or rib cage. It consists of 12 thoracic vertebrae, 12 pairs of ribs and one chest bone, that is sternum. So, the first one, thoracic vertebrae. In humans, there are 12 thoracic vertebrae and they are intermediate in size between the cervical vertebrae and lumbar vertebrae. They increase in size going towards the lumbar vertebrae, with the lower ones being much larger than the upper one. So, let's study typical thoracic vertebra. Here we can observe all 12 thoracic vertebrae. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Thoracic vertebra shows presence of well-developed centrum. You can see all 12 thoracic vertebrae, they are showing the presence of well-developed centrum, that is body of the vertebra. Then vertebral foramen, all are showing this vertebral foramen. Then neural spine, neural arches, well-developed transverse processes, superior and inferior facets for attachment with upper vertebra and lower vertebra respectively. Now, question arises that how does thoracic vertebra differ from other vertebrae? It differs in two aspects. Firstly, having two pairs of costal facets. You can see here towards the either sides of the centrum, or rather the pedicel, we can see the presence of a pair of facet, and the second pair of facet is present at the transverse process. So, how it differs? It differs in two aspects. Firstly, having two pairs of costal facets, and secondly, having a heart-shaped centrum. So, in this slide, let us try to understand the structure of rib. Rib is a C-shaped bone. You can see here it is a C-shaped bone. This is the posterior end of the rib, which shows two protuberances. One is head, another one is tubercle. The head of rib attaches to facet formed by demifacet of adjacent thoracic vertebrae at the base of transverse processes. Tip of transverse processes of these vertebrae also have facets for attachment of ribs where tubercle of ribs are attached. So, in short, the head and tubercle of the rib, they attach to the thoracic vertebra. One facet, that is the head, attaches to the demifacet of pedicel and tubercle attaches to the demifacet of the transverse process. Now, in this second image, you can observe that on the ventral side, ribs are attached to the sternum through cartilage. This is the sternum, and all ribs, that is all the ribs, here we can see they are attached to the sternum with the help of cartilage. This cartilage is called as costal cartilage. But not all ribs are connected to the sternum. Now here you can see all the ribs, they are not attached directly to the sternum. Hence, depending on their attachment with the sternum, ribs are of three types. So, depending on the attachment of the ribs to the sternum, we are having three types of ribs. The first one, true ribs. From first pair to seventh pair. These are known as true ribs because they are directly attached to the sternum. In this diagram, you can see the first seventh pairs, they are directly attached to the sternum. Of course, when I say directly attached means through the cartilage, but they are connected to the sternum. Hence, they are known as true ribs. Second type is known as false ribs. From 8th, 9th and 10th, these three pairs, they are connected to the sternum indirectly through seventh pair. Hence, their attachment or their connection with the sternum is indirect through seventh rib. Hence, they are known as false ribs. Third type is known as floating ribs. 11th and 12th pair, they do not show any connection with the sternum. Because of that, they are known as floating, as they are not attached from the ventral side and they are only attached to the last 11th and 12th thoracic vertebrae. So, their second end is floating, and that's why the third type is floating ribs. So, in short, we are having three types of ribs: true ribs, false ribs and floating ribs. Now, the third part of the chest cage or the rib cage or thoracic cage, sternum. Sternum is placed medially in the chest region. It is a flat, narrow bone around 15 centimeters in length. It consists of three distinct parts: manubrium, body and xiphoid process. Let's study structure of sternum. So, this is the sternum. This is the manubrium, body and xiphoid process. Manubrium shows three pairs of facets: first, second and third. Or in this lateral view, you can clearly see first, second and third. First pair is at anterolateral side for attachment with clavicle of pectoral girdle. Second and third pairs are on the lateral sides for attachment of first two pairs of ribs. Body of the sternum shows 5 pairs of notches on lateral sides, which are meant for direct or indirect attachment of ribs. Xiphoid process is lowermost part of sternum, which is cartilaginous initially, but afterwards, means in adulthood, gets ossified. It provides space for attachment of diaphragm and abdominal muscles. So today, through this video, we studied the structure of thoracic cage or rib cage. Its primary function is to protect vital organs such as the heart, lungs and major blood vessels from external trauma. The rib cage forms a sturdy enclosure around these delicate structures, reducing the risk of injury. Overall, the rib cage plays a vital role in protecting vital organs, supporting the upper body, facilitating respiration, and enabling movement in humans.